To Miss Blank. By the way, blank here is like a gap for their name. We're not playing like blankety blank, although I would like to host a quiz. To Miss Blank. Madam, if your parents reside within half a mile of our blank branch and you are not less than 5 feet 6 inches in height and not under 19 years of age, please call here between blank tomorrow blank presenting this letter. Do not call at any other time. Yours truly, J. Sainsbury. So that is a recruitment letter from World War I, once they started trying to get women involved in the workforce at Sainsbury's. Let's dig in. First things first, the height, 5 foot 6 inches. Like, how tall were the counters at Sainsbury's then? Why couldn't you be any shorter than that? I'm 5 foot 5.5. I wouldn't have made the cut. Bet Aldi would have me. And once they hired the women, apparently they let them sit down, whereas the men had always stood up while working at Sainsbury's, which is just some weird like toilet habit parallel. And whilst I do want to, make a comment on the feminist issue of why did women have to sit down, like, oh, poor frail women, we need to give them a chair, I also do really like to sit down. So just going to leave that one there. Oh, you can't have it both ways, shout the International Men's Day law. Well, after centuries of oppression and a lot of time washing your underwear, I think we can, babe. I think we can. I also love in the letter that they give times to call during. And it says, do not call at any other time. Because obviously us women are terrible gossips and we just clog up the phone lines all day long with our chattering. You might think call in this instance doesn't mean on the phone, even though there was a phone number at the top of the letter. It might mean that sort of old-fashioned calling, like, oh, Archibald, do call round on Thursday for tea. Fanny would so enjoy seeing you again. And listen, Archibald, I know Fanny has a lot of close female friends, but she definitely isn't a lesbian, because during this time period, we pretended that wasn't a thing, and we forced people into a life of shame and misery. That sort of calling. And remember, this letter was coming out at a time before we had the right to vote. Yeah. Before we could campaign to get the vote, we had to hit our first biggest hurdle, and that was getting a job at Sainsbury's. I, for one, am very pleased that the Museum of London have proof of this struggle.